You know that imaginary life where you get to be the real you for a living? If that's the real you, why hasn't it happened yet? Last year, after a couple of years of just kind of feeling off, I let go of my relationship, and shortly after, my job let go of me. So, with no obligations left to point a finger at, I finally decided, you know what, I'm just gonna start living that life, even if it might not work out. I didn't really have much of a plan, and it didn't fully make sense at the time, but I see now that it's not supposed to. Here's why. At some point, college or not, 9 to 5 or freelance, we all have to pay our way through life before our dreams have even had a chance to gain momentum. And if we're not careful, our passions fade into the background as we get into the routine. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. No one can blame us. It's all we have time for. But as time passes, it becomes clear that something's missing. Because dreams keep us going. Life without them sucks. So we start numbing the pain with distraction after distraction after distraction. And that's where things get really tricky, because once we're numb enough, we can't feel enough to dream at all. Luckily, YouTube was and still is my favorite distraction, and one day the algorithm served up just what I needed.
Is recognize that like wasted time is the price of figuring it out. Like how are you supposed to know at the beginning of life what's going to make you happy? You can't know that, right? Like people can tell you do this, it'll give you a stable job, it'll make you happy, but like how the hell do they know? How is anyone supposed to know? Figuring out what makes you happy in life is like something you got to figure out. It requires experimentation.
The thing about being realistic is it makes it feel like you have to have everything figured out before you do it. But on your journey back to being yourself, experience is the guide. Because no one's gonna know what feels right to you until you feel it. And that means it's gonna take a little guesswork. Before I went into tech, I was a photographer who couldn't make ends meet, so I wound up living in my car for 5 months. And then living at a friend's house for a few more so that I could go to school and get the real job, the job I just got laid off from. And the thing is, when I moved into the car, I had kind of stopped sharing because I felt like I was too busy and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just living. But in retrospect, living in the car was one of the most fun and satisfying times of my life, because I stumbled upon a lifestyle that worked for me with what little I had, and finally I had a life that I wanted and felt sustainable, so it just felt right. And what if that's really the dream? To live within your means and patiently do the work, knowing that you don't need to reach the finish line of your life or even look like you're making progress towards it. Instead, trusting that all you need to know is what you want to try out next. When you try, the universe responds. But instead of that response coming from somewhere outside yourself, it comes from within. In the end, that feeling's all we really need. I hope you find the courage to follow it.